I only have one pita fruit. That kind of makes me a little bit nervous, though. Okay, a lot of items in the starting room. That makes me really nervous. And starting on floor 4, it's changed its look, so that typically means that usually coincides with a difficulty increase. Okay, cool. What's the holy bell do? Chases a monster out of a room. Trap loop.
Troll got hit by darkness.
Yeah. Also, how is a fire familiar taking as much damage as he is from these things?
Yep, that's a little weird.
You know what? I wanna remake this game, like from the ground up remake, with updated graphics and everything.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool. I think they could do a lot more. I don't know. Finding a market for it might be a little difficult. It might be a good game to, like, since the industry's kind of taken a direction of, like, trying to test the waters, so to speak, of games by, like, doing Kickstarters. They did it with Shenmue, and I think they've done it with a couple of other games to, like, see what the, like, response is. I think, like, some kind of, like, remake on, like, Azure Dreams would probably do pretty good. There just aren't a lot of, like, these, like, style of, like, turn-based action-y-esque RPGs out there now.
Yeah.
I think anybody that's experimenting with them is, like, probably the indie developers to a certain extent.
Had to mute my microphone because I was coughing. Let's see. And sometimes the randomness of the floors like leads to cases like this where there's not a lot of really anything.
Yeah, they can sometimes be pretty empty, and sometimes there can just be, like, most of the items that you're going to get on a floor are all going to appear in, like, the first 2 rooms.
You know, I'm still waiting to get bent over by a random trap.
It'll happen eventually. You'll see a cool item, especially if it's like one of the things that help you escape the tower. You'll see it, walk towards it, and then hit a spring trap, and it'll be up at the next floor.
Oh god, that's horrible when that happens. Wait, how is my copper sword stronger than my gold sword?
Oh,
Whatever.
that reminds me. The green things. Like, I'm remembering that you have to kind of sometimes be careful about this, but sometimes the weapons could be cursed.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot about
That's
that.
why we picked up a decurse thing, because,
I completely forgot about cursed items. Basically, a cursed item in this game, when you have no real notification that it's cursed until you try and equip it. At which point, it's usually at a detriment to you. It's usually like a -2, -3 type weapon. On top of that, you are unable to unequip it.
Yep. Once you go back to town, all your items get automatically identified, though, so it can be kind of a it's a risk reward thing if you decide to equip something in the tower. It's like, there might be an item that lets you identify it in the tower, but I can't recall offhand.
Yeah, I can't either. Alright, so up to floor 5 I go. Nope, don't quit. Okay, so it's not floor 5 that's the that the friendly encounter is on.
No, it's on 10, I think. Or something like that. Or maybe... I know you run into your rival somewhere around like 10 or so. How are you doing MP-wise on your familiar on Quinn?
I will check after this bomb monster. I should probably use my pita fruit. I'm at 45 right now, so I should go ahead and use it. I mean, because if I remember correctly, she gives you one every time you talk to her in town anyways.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, back to full MP on Queen. So that means I have 100 more attacks I can do. Okay, there's the elevator. See, eventually in this game, you get to a point where your familiar is super strong and you've played through the lower floors so many times where you just kind of want to rush up, but at the same time, since your level resets to 0, it's not in your best interest necessarily to rush up to the higher floors.
Well, if your familiar kills monsters, you still get the experience from it. But if you're going in, like, if you screwed up on a previous run where you got yourself killed, it may be worth it to, like, run around because you can pick up good equipment. But if you've already got pretty decent equipment, then sometimes it's worth it just, you know, try to skip to the higher floors. Because eventually, like, you even start picking up better, like, just money in general off the ground at the higher floors. Like, we're picking up a couple of copper here and there, but eventually you move up to, like, silver and gold, if I remember right.
I have 2 elevators here.
I guess it happens.
There's one out. No, I don't want to go up. There's the other one, say if I get on it. There's the other one, and there's a seal trap. I can't recall a time I ever ran into 2 elevators on the same floor. They both do the same thing. That's weird.
A little bit of crazy trivia about this game that I found once before. This game was written completely in assembly.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that, and that's ridiculous somehow when you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, the PlayStation 1 didn't have that much RAM. Like, it was incredibly small. I think it was less than a megabyte, if I'm not mistaken. I could check on Wiki, but too lazy to at the moment. So, they had to do quite a bit with what they had. And they didn't have a lot of it. It's just like the same way that the original Red and Blue Pokemon was completely written in assembly as well.
Yeah. I remember having a strong dislike of these slime creatures, and I can't remember why.
I guess I'll see it in the next couple seconds.
Nope, I'm walking away from it.
Oh yeah, I'm remembering something about them too. I think it was the fact that they could hit you from further away, like they could hit you from like 2 cells away.
I seem to remember like one monster being able to like rust your weapon. I can't remember though. Oh, that's why I don't like them. They split.
Well, they get weaker after they split, but yeah, it's pretty goddamn annoying.
The pivot button is like by far one of the most helpful buttons that you run across in this game.
The what button?
If you press and hold triangle, you can pivot in place to face directions.
Yep, it's required.
Oh my god, a third elevator! What the fuck?
Do your herbs heal you? Oh, there's that.
Yeah, they do. I only have one left.
Yeah, you're getting about 40%.
I should go ahead and use it.
Don't remember what the blue apple did though.
Vanishes familiar and the player escapes. Okay, that's a good find.
Yep, that's something we're gonna need. That's what it is. Okay.
Did that monster just poop something out?
I'll have to wait and see. Yeah, it did. No, that's a trap. I think that like trips you up.
Ah. So far, I've gotten lucky. The traps that I've stepped on have been mostly harmless, or have just not activated. What's my MP at? 76. Does MP go down just from walking on familiars? I can't remember.
Don't think so. Oh crap! I just remembered. I was just watching it. I also forgot that your HP actually recovers automatically, and that's why I remember just sometimes sitting there just skipping crap loads of turns because it just auto regens. I completely forgot about that. But you gain HP faster than Quinn does, so that's why it's useful to.
How do I throw this thing? There we go.
Oh yeah, you can use swords. Actually, make good throwing weapons. You can throw them to damage monsters.
Are you able to throw stuff for more than, like, one cell?
I thought you could do it for a couple of cells.
Pick up.
Looks like we're out of rooms now.
Yeah, I've been out of room for a little while. I mean, I guess I don't need to get rid of anything until I find something else on the ground that I want.
Wasn't there...
Alright, so which one of the 3 elevators should I take?
Any of them. Doesn't really matter. I thought Quinn had actually told us that you were able to pick something up without actually, like, pick it up to throw it without having to put it into your inventory.
That's what I thought too, and I was trying the combinations of buttons. Also, interesting thing to note, sometimes monsters don't wake up when you hit them.
Yep, on occasion it happens.
It's always nice when it happens too. What should I get rid of? Get rid of that.
The pivot button was the triangle button?
Yeah. You press and hold that, and let's see.
Does the square, like, I think you, like, if you find an item on the ground, like, get next to it, pivot to face it, and then try pressing, like, square.
I'll try after this monster. Let's see. No, square opens up the inventory.
Oh, square opens the inventory?
Yeah.
And circle was, like, skip?
Circle is the fast forward button. X is attack. Triangle and square still opens up the inventory. Where's my start button or select button? Select button brings up the map. Oh god, why did I skip that many turns?
Oh. You have to...
What do I have to do?
I think once you've got it picked up, you can press... You have to hold O and press X.
To throw it long distances?
To throw it long distances, yeah.
Huh. Triangle and circle. No, that holding triangle and then pressing circle still just skips turns.
No. Hold circle, press X.
Okay, yeah, that works. I threw the shit out of that shield. I'll consider this like a first trip into the tower if I can make it to floor 10 in one piece.
Yeah, that's some pretty good progress.
I think every 10 floors you get the option to leave with all your stuff.
I seem to recall that, yeah.
But truth be told, I may not make it to floor 10 depending on if I can't find any more fruit. If I can't find any more fruit for restoring MP. I don't need the wake up herb. And there's a rust trap.
Yeah.
How bad did it hit my weapons?
I think it's just a negative. It's just a negative.
Oh, cool.
Down.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I have a second steel shield then. My weapon got rusted too, though, so now it's only a +1 instead of a 2. Okay, so let's see. You don't keep weapons when you leave and come back, do you?
As long as you don't die, you do.
Why am I attacking this thing with it having the high ground?
Because eventually, once you get a decent enough, like, weapon, because I want to say that there's a way to like improve your like upgrade your weapons, sort of. Because once you get that, you can start collecting like weapons and shields you see around, and then just take them back to town because it can be risky to try equipping something in the tower itself.